Hello, dear ones. This is Annette of AnnetteLeonard.com. Thank you for joining me and welcome back to another moment for chronic wellness. Today I'm wrapping up my series on how do you feed a rich inner life. And I feel like this series could go on, and there's hopefully an endless number of answers to this question. And this one's kind of my catch-all. And I think having a contemplative practice and having a gratitude practice are also some of the ways that that this is done. I think that if you're somebody who enjoys music, staying tuned in to the music that that lights you up and brings you joy, and maybe even continuing to develop playlists that are, this is for the days that I'm feeling low. This is for a pick-me-up on energy. This is music I can fall asleep to. This is music I can take a bath to. This is music I can scrub a toilet to. Whatever it is that your physical abilities will allow you, make a playlist for it. And I guess the final thought that I have is create. Whatever that is for you, create. Do generative things. And for me, these days, that is some amount of knitting. If you're watching this on video, you are seeing some of my knitted gear that I am wearing. And it is letter writing. I am an avid letter writer, several a week if my hands can tolerate it. It is brush calligraphy and some really funky looking watercolors. I'm really not talented at watercolor, but I want to learn how, so I'm just jumping in and trying. And it's sometimes collage, it's sometimes a little bit of beading. It's it's getting messy and just having some outlet. It's also spending some of this time here with you. I do some writing to generate these topics, and if you have been over to my website, you'll notice that my blog tracks pretty heavily with these episodes. And so having that as an outlet is also important. So whatever it is for you, whatever it means to you to be creative, I think that we are born creators, that is what is in us, and that when we are not creating, that is actually blocking the flow of energy and further making us feel impotent and powerless, and starts to push on all those worthiness buttons that gets us wondering. I don't know if you can hear my dog barking in the background. That gets us wondering whether or not we are worth anything, or we are worthwhile, or our lives are worthwhile. And I think the only way to start to transition that and flip the switch and make headway is to drive that energy into being creative, into generating. So those are my thoughts. And I hope that you've gleaned a new idea or two about how to further develop your inner life. And I really hope you'll share with us your ideas about what you're doing to cultivate your inner life, because we could sure use them. We all need more ideas about how to do this better and for longer. And thank you for sharing your time and energy here with me today. And we will talk again soon. But in the meantime, be well.